morning, welcome back to Tubus. How you got, Tubus boy? How you? Surprisingly, yes. So I'm just walking down here. A lady was just following me with a very dangerous looking dog. I thought, oh no, she's going to think I'm such a prick, videoing myself. Ultimately, that's exactly what I'm doing. So, this is going to be the update of lifestyle, life changes, life choices, and guitars. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add timestamps. Well, try and remember to add timestamps into the notes so that if you're into guitars, you could just go straight there. Okay, you don't want to listen to me talking about why I chose this house. Anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd start off. This is the track that sort of winds up to what is our house. So originally it sort of went down there, but look, can you see the traffic? There's a little bit of traffic on the NDR, but otherwise you didn't see it. NDR being the Northern Distributor Road around Norwich. Terribly designed thing. Awful roundabout. So we were living in a little village called Kirby Beedon. Last time I did those videos. It was a little farmer's cottage owned by a large, well-known family in Norfolk of farmers who make a yellow table sauce, spicy, with a cow on the tin, red lettering on a red tin. I think, Alan Partridge liked to eat a mouthful of it in front of the lady. Can't say too much because they're like mafia now. Horrible family. Sold all their stuff to Unilever. No longer really proud of the community that they serve. That's quite slanderous, really, isn't it? Anyway, they didn't look after us. Put it this way, we got to a point in our old house where there was mould on the walls. I was happy to do something about it, but it needed to be dealt with first before we could remedy that. The cracks in the walls. And one of the people there said, oh, I know, we can't even rent these things out to people since that child died. So we got out of there, but we'd been there for 10 years, and you get to a point where you realise, oh, why am I here? Why am I existing in a place? We've been here for 10 years. There's very little room. Yes, the rent was really, really reasonable, but it's not making us happy in ourselves. So we started looking around. We were looking at the villages in the surrounding area so that the children could keep their placements in the schools with their friends. It was great. We went to a couple. I think we looked at one that was fine. I don't mind paying more as long as I get incrementally more for the money. This was bigger, you paid more. Nothing we're paying here it's just national averages. We were paying a lot less than a national average. Then this one came up on Rightmove, and it's on the other side of the city. We're now northeast of Norwich. We were southeast of Norwich. We figured, actually, because of the NDR, rubbish thing, it actually, access-wise, is quite handy. It gets us to where we need to be. So it only adds about 10-15 minutes to the school run. Children are happy with that. They can go to the same schools. So we came to see it, and it's just up here. I was in London in a meeting, got the call from Lisa, children, they'd been to see it. All I said was, do you like it? Yeah, it's really nice. She speaks like a man, you see, Lisa. Yeah, it's really nice. It's bloody lovely. Get it for me, Grant. Yeah, I said, yeah, go get our names down, get it sorted as quickly as possible. You'll see why, hopefully. The thing is, because of this location, it makes it really special to us. And also, what we're paying more, we actually get more than the increase in rental payments. And we've managed to find a husband and wife couple who love the fact that we love their house. They want us to live somewhere that with the same love and attention that they had when they lived there, which is amazing. I won't say the names. Let's pretend they're called Bob and Kathy. Bob and Kathy, you're wonderful. Thanks for looking after us. So yeah, so it's just up here. Let's crack on. Again, this is rented, so this is not one of those like, oh, smug git. Oh, look at me, I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber anyway. I'm just a human being trying to survive. Now, I'm coming up to the road. So yeah, this is now what's left of the track that was behind me. So we live in the farmhouse, Green Farm, and it gives the children a space to run and survive. It gives me a space to do my workshop stuff. It gives us a completely new style of life. Oh, bloody hell, it gives me a raspberry in the morning. Ooh, no, that's a bit stubborn. This one. Let's just go. Okay. To do this through the beauty of lots of apples, walnuts. Lisa's got plenty of space to do her cakes. So my wife Lisa makes cakes. I think I got that right. It's either makes cakes or bakes cakes. I think it's Lisa. No, it's Lisa makes cakes. But by baking them. Listen to the birds. Simple pleasures. So she's got plenty of room to bake. Why have one 17-year-old Saab on the drive when you can have 3? Anyway, so we'll go back over there later. We'll do all this stuff. I just want to show you some of the spaces and hopefully help you understand why we bit the bullet and went, we're going to move to the other side of Norwich. We're going to take that chance. We're just going to get on with it, suck it up, and it's honestly the best thing I've ever done. The best sort of, it's not even a risk because, as I said, money, the rental market is crazy, stupid anyway, and this is a bargain, absolute bargain. In fact, they've just put the rent up and gone, we don't think it's worth what they valued, so we're going to keep it basically what you were already paying. And look, how beautiful is this? The garden is planted beautifully. It even comes with a gardener. I'm so sorry, just write abuse in the thing. Smug dick. No, don't write that. But just shut up. I'm trying to explain to you though, lifestyle, how things have changed. It's a little orchard of 4 fruit trees. It's hardly an orchard. And spaces that we can use. So I've recently done. Oh no, we left them out in the rain, but that should be fine because it's only just had the yacht marine varnish put on, so I'll sweep that down in a bit. But it means that we can all gather around here. I've got 2 of these, so we can expand them out, one long or one more rectangular. So yeah, we've moved here, taken that risk, and it means that I can concentrate on me, basically, as well as family. So we'll come through here. I'll just show you quickly into what I'm currently working on in the workshop. Oh. In the garage. There we go. So the last update video, which was the workshop update video, do you remember I said for years and years and years, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. For years and years, Dad was collecting, collating, saving, preserving, keeping things dry, all of that stuff. I've only gone and done the same bloody thing, haven't I? Look at this. So this is like, at the moment, because I'm waiting for a guitar over there to sort of cure and go on so I can deal with it. I'm not going to show it to you. Or I'll blur it out if it's in the background. I've kind of had a bit of space, so I'm trying to do lots of little things, then organise stuff over into different compartments. The bicycles down there, I've got rid of 3 of them, so there's space now to move those up. So taking clocks apart, because I went and picked some free long case clocks up, or just the cases. So I'm taking those apart, splitting those out into separate timbers. little projects of, making external two-way power adapters or extension leads out of Flymo things, going and picking up extra tools. I'm restoring these old Doc Martens that were mine, so I need to get some leather. It's on its way. Leather filler or make up some of my own. For Oscar, who's my 20-year-old son, he needs size 8 boots. And I found those in the attic, and they were made in England. They were from like 1994. So, and even the boxes over there, look. So I'm sorting that out as a little surprise gift for him. Although you'll see this already, Oscar. So lots of sort of doing projects. You can see I've got bandsaw, lots of manual drills and things. Oh, these I've had to make. So look at that higher denim. If you ever get a chance to buy higher denim, or just interact with the brand, they're one of the best companies I've ever had the pleasure of working with and for. Anyway, so I've made a couple of these patches on the front because that's extra padding. I've put some foam in the front. It's like a little casual hard hat, because I think the seizures recently might have been caused by either me running around playing football with my children too much and shaky, or hitting my head on various things, which wasn't wise. But you don't realise that you're doing it until you have brain tumours, and then all of a sudden you wake up in the middle of the night and your jaws like, hopefully that's what it was. The MRI should show that. So come round here. Look, you can see that I've made lots of mess. I'm in the middle of lots of things, okay, but I'm trying to sort it out. So drum sander, drills, polishing machines, bits and bobs, but it's all really, really basic. I am not set up for any more than one, possibly two guitars, so have one over there hanging, one making somewhere. But what I need to do is sort this out, maybe get rid of some more bikes or hang them hang them vertically, so that this can come along and we get more of a bench. Just out of interest to myself, you see this black here with the chrome legs, drop leaf. I picked that up in Lincoln from a charity shop on Monks Road. I think it was £15, and it included 6 Marcel Breuer chairs as well. Marcel Breuer's style, those 70s repros. That table was from Habitat. I didn't realise until I was quite happily, because the girlfriend at the time didn't like the black finish. She was like, "Ooh, yeah." So I just sort of let it go and turned it into a work table. Recently I saw that table's £1,500 for, if it was in good condition. And the chairs, I don't know why I got rid of them. They're those beautiful cantilever ones. I was obviously in a bad way. Anyway, moving on. So this is sort of will be work area for guitars. Again, this is a bit of wood that I got out of those clocks yesterday. Managed to salvage something from to use elsewhere on a project. But this is storage. So I'm buying in these large blue boxes, making my own storage, because I was sick of having boxes of screwdrivers, boxes of things, boxes of long handles, T-piece Allens, and the boxes would fall apart. You'd open them; they're really frustrating, cheap nonsense. Even the Vera, screwdrivers in a cardboard box. Like, come on, get them out so I can actually touch them. So I've got loads of these. I've got loads of lin bins over there. You'll see in a minute. And these shelves will eventually become organised and lovely and sexual, because there's nothing more sexual than a load of tools hanging out together. Right. Got lots of little Grandad Roy style, lights, gadgets and things. Oh, look, pop that away. Tip pile. Here are the lin bins. Oh. Now I'm going to have to be careful. I'm just going to have to sort of want to avoid that guitar. There's not a guitar there. I'll let you see up to, I'll put a light on up here. Let you see up to that bit, because he's seen that bit. Other than that, no. And you can see on racks, I've got bits of wood that I need to stack away. I've got more wood here that I need to stack away. So in there is my wood storage. I need to get to it. There's more space up there. So I could be storing things up there. But I just need time to do that, which won't take long. Other bits, but look, I've basically created my own worst nightmare, the things I was trying to avoid. My dad. But it's got to be done. Hardware. Lisa's paddleboard. But this is so big that I can get away with it. I can make these steps and make these changes and move forward with my guitar projects. Right, okay. So that's part of guitar progress, but the exciting bits maybe I'll talk about later. So back in here, now I want to show you why this house is nice. What I needed. So I don't know if you remember, any update video I did in the past was either in my little shed, which I've got rid of, I don't need it now, doing things that I was making stuff, or it was in what was actually the dining room, and it had guitars behind me, lots of guitars on the wall, and there was one video where I was demoing a Bell and Howell projector amplifier stroke, there was another projector magnifier within it, on the dining room table with like racks, and that was our dining room. It's tiny because I'd filled it with stuff, and it was uncomfortable and it's not great. I needed somewhere to put all of that stuff that was not affecting the rest of the family, you know? So when we moved in here, and it had this outbuilding that was originally the dairy, because it was a farm. What have I done? Look, the accumulation of, 30 years. Yeah, first guitar, 13, 14. So, in fact, that Honer, that's my first guitar. This Pacifica was my second guitar. Pretty much like the cars, everything I've owned, I haven't really sold. And this, again, is not smug. This is me going, I knew what that was and no one was willing to pay for it, and I took the risk and got it cheap. I knew why that was broken. I knew how that was wrong. I knew how that could be corrected at how that was changed at the factory, and I've put it back to normal. This belongs to a good friend, Russell. I fixed it for him. He's letting me keep hold of it because he lives on Jersey. So it's his guitar, Russell. It's there. Look at that. Late 40s K. I did all the scratch plate work. The top was horrendous, absolutely horrendous, and I've fixed that. So this is just an accumulation of lovely things, tactile things. It means I can sit and do my work day to day. It means I can have a bicycle on the wall. Look, get my laptop out, do my work. If I need to play a little bit of keyboard, doesn't happen very often or ever. I can. I'm starting to put more shelves up so I can put some of my little pieces on the wall. If I want to have 1, 2 vintage Kefs, 3 Kefs, 4 Kefs, 2 on the shelves up there, so 3 pairs of Kefs, and play my music, and the house not even hear me, or my daughter and my son come in and go, oh my God, I can feel that through my body, that bass is amazing. Why not? This is my stuff. This is why I've collected things over the years that interest me. It might make people feel a little bit sick, like, oh my God, look at all that crap. I don't see it as that. I see it as bits of history, bits of story, tactile storytelling. Each one of these things has, well, maybe not these white boxes here that were probably on offer in Sainsbury's. But look, up there, up here, these two boxes, walls, property of walls. The ice cream bandit is going to come and get me because I've got them now. But they came out of the shop in Barbara when my granddad Roy ran the shop on Church Street. These boxes had the meats cured in them that came back, I believe that's true, from my to my parents when they started having things cured. And they were then given to me because I thought they were really lovely. That NAD power amp and preamp came out of a charity shop in Lincoln, and I think it was £10 for the pair, and it came with the user manuals and everything, and I've used them ever since, and they're amazing. Everything here, these speakers came from Princess Diana's school, that when my dad sold the school, he's an auctioneer, I saw those and went, I really like them. Amplifiers I've fixed, books I've collected, records. I have a very small record collection because Dad's got so many. I don't need to buy them, but they're small things, mono, first pressings of the Beatles and that kind of stuff. Political speeches by Nelson Mandela, like really odd, quirky things. More amplifiers that I've bought and known what was wrong with them, or known that they were rare and no one else realised, and then restored them or fixed them. It makes me happy. So that's why we're here, because it gives us all space. It's like enough space here to, like Oscar and Maisie, who are my eldest two, they're going to come and stay here, and with Oscar's girlfriend, or fiance actually, Freya, for the first time, all being together for years. All being together, like all four of my children, and a new child, a new addition to my family. And we won't have to trip over each other. It's those differences that I'm prepared to go, yeah, it's worth that, because every time we were in the old house, it would just be, we couldn't all exist. And because I can't drive, we can't all just go, let's get in the two cars and just drive off somewhere. We'd have been stuck. Oh, look at that, peeping over my shoulder. Cheeky Rembrandt. Doesn't really look like Rembrandt. But I did that in Lincoln, and it took me 3 hours. I was just daubing stuff on. I was watching a film about a guy that faked paintings. I was like, I reckon that's something I'd be interested in doing. Had a canvas and cracked on with it. Daub. And I've had it. Yeah, it's a weird one because Lisa won't let me hang it because it's very dark. I mean, there's more dark. There's behind there's a skull. I mean, it is a bit dark. But this is Jimmy Vaughan's car. The photographs I took from Goodwood Festival of Speed in about, does it say down there? I don't know, 2007, 2008. And then made it into some artwork. Made it for Oscar. The guy that printed it off for me, because I was in a design role that knew the printers, he was like, do you mind if I print off a third one as a limited edition for my son, because he'd love it? I was like, yeah. So somewhere that is on someone else's wall, but it's only, a short run of 3, because no one else had wanted. Anyway, I'll quickly show you what's happened with the guitar stuff as well. Bear with as I go through. So what was occurring, as Nessa would say, was I posted. I'd had this fixed, which is a rare. It's a beast. A Heath kit, which was a brand where you could build your own stuff, and it was well spec'd, kind of over spec'd. Heath kit amplifier. in the style of sort of a Selma, really, a Zodiac Selma. And it's got the beautiful magic eye, so the louder it gets and the more the vibrato throbs, it's like wah, 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 wah. And I thought, I'll pop a photo of that up, because, I like people to see what I'm doing. But I also just popped this, which is it's my most recent finished build. So I popped down there, and sort of, that's me taking the photo, not measuring anything. Did that, but mainly talk about the amplifier. And, someone said, "Oh, that's really nice. Did you make that?" I went, "I did." He said, would you make another one?" I said, "I might do. I'm not sure," because I always feel a little bit nervous. Like, do people really want to? It's okay being a designer. It's fine. As a day job, I will go into any company, whether it's a multi-million-pound international bank or a small brand that needs some help, whatever, and I will represent my work and I will help them understand what they need. But when it's your own work, making a guitar, I find it quite tricky. It was a bit the same with Lisa when she started making cakes. She was like, do people really want to eat my cake? What if it's not very nice? I thought, fuck it. Yeah, if I don't do this now, I can, it's all outside of work, so it's weekend stuff, evenings. And I believe in what I build and what I design. So why wouldn't I? I already had the guitar that we deliberately didn't look at is for a friend, and actually he owns Lightning Guitars. They make an aluminium alternative tailpiece for the Gibson, which removes the need for the wrap over, which I always used to do anyway, because to get that angle, very sort of Billy Gibbons. Lots of people do that as opposed to the conventional way. Although in the original, or one of the original 50s catalogues, Gibson actually showed it being wrapped that way. So, controversial. So he owns Lightning Guitars. Known him for years. Not actually met him that many times. It's odd, isn't it? If you're watching this, I won't say your name, but so we have a bond, but we've only met a handful of times. And he said, "Oh, will you make me that guitar?" I said, "Yeah, of course I would. I'm happy to, because I want to get building them for other people to put in their hands. He's a musician. I'll charge you." So mates rates. Hardware plus whatever you're willing to pay on top of that. That's how it works. I'm happy with that. I don't need it to make a living. It's fine. But this guy to then come to me and say, "No, I think I'd really like one of those." He is a musician that I've followed for, I don't know, at least 10 years. He's in some really cool videos on YouTube. I won't say who it is. His partner is an amazing musician as well. So the two of them have a wonderful band. They tour the world, not massive, but because of that, I really, really, really respect them. And the quality of their music. They produce their stuff at home. They produce stuff at home on analog, and it's gorgeous. So for someone like that to come to me and go, "No, I'd really like it," I had to go, yes, I'm going to do as I'm told. And now there's even talk that his partner would like something to replace a vintage Gibson that she normally tours with. She's getting a bit nervous about it. So all the while, having my arm beautifully twisted by people I respect is a really cool thing. Then the guy who ordered that guitar, the Lightning Guitars guy, came back and said, you know what, I've been thinking, I want one of those as well, and I'm not going to pay mates rates. I'm just going to crack on, do it. So it's like an opportunity. It might just be those guitars. That might be the only ones I ever build. I'm not here to build a guitar building luthier empire. Luthier is a completely different breed. They get really anal about stuff and blah, blah, blah. I love that, but what I'm about is the soul, the feel, the putting a guitar in your hands where it's like, oh, it feels like someone's really played this and it's delicious. I don't want to put this down. As opposed to, oh, this, you know, this instrument is made of this finest grade of Sitka spruce here and this type of here and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I come up with a design. It's close to me. It's normally based on an influence of vintage. But for me, it's about that last stage as well. It's about pure, simple tone woods, very minimal glue joints, one-piece body, one-piece neck, holly veneer on the headstock, so we're talking like Gibson construction, the right fretboard, nibs, all of that anal detail, but then you get it and you start to make sure it feels kind of greasy. Do you know the feeling? It's like you pick it up and you're like, oh my God, this is... there were so many chef's kisses in this mouth. So on this one, for instance, I mean, it's I don't know if you can see it, it's got bits of wear and it's a little beat up, but it's slinky and slick, and you don't want to put it down, except for when you put it down all the time. I don't play enough. And it obviously inspires people to go, oh, that's a bit Explorer, it's a bit Firebird, love the slab body, love the ebony fingerboard, etc., etc. Can I have one? And I'm up for it. I'm going to be honest, if people start going, oh, can I have one, it will never get to a point where they're finished. So people that have these, it's like, have potential orders, they're in no rush. And it will get to a point where one day there'll be the two guitars over there that I designed. I don't know why am I pointing? Behind the Telecasters, in front of the 335. Anyway, there's going to be those two, that one, any others that I build for, so I need to build one for my son's 21st. I'd like to build another one for someone who else is very close to me in the family, but I won't give that surprise away. I think I might have done. And then anything else will be in the hands of people who I respect and I have heard of and I have communication with. If somebody comes to me and says, I really like Stevie Ray Vaughan, fair play, we all do, and I really like his number one, there are places to go for that. If someone comes to me and says, hey, I'm big into Paul Reed Smith, bye-bye. Again, a lot of respect for PRS and what they did, blah, 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 but that ain't me, babe. So it's going to be gradual, and it's at my pace, and then I don't have to worry about this stuff. And I do it for the reward in my brain. The energy and the chemicals it creates is good, really good, and I can shut myself away in there. In fact, when I had the last lot of seizures, I was able to basically control them by removing myself from the world, switching off. I was having to teach myself how to talk and speak, that's the same thing, think and all of that. So I was in there and I was able to get as focused as possible by doing things on guitars. That's what this has to be about. So I've talked too much, talked too long. I have a coffee to drink, and I'm going to let you go. I'll make sure I put the signatures in the bottom, the time signatures, so you can find the right bits, although you've probably done so because we're at the end. Thanks for watching and listening to me. Again, it was about 5:30, when I went down there. It's probably 6 o'clock now. Still not sleeping. Love you all. Lots of family chat coming out of that last video. I really liked Nanny's carpet. Thanks, Leslie. I really liked carpet as well. You must come round. Again, people are always welcome to come here too. You know, I'm lonely. Yes. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for watching the Tumour's Rambles. If you know anyone that might want to also listen to Tumour's Rambles, or if you haven't subscribed already, please think about subscribing, clicking the like and all of that stuff and nonsense, because it's not something I do. I'm not really here to become any form of YouTube star. It's really a load of memory pieces for me, for my family to eventually find. And if you guys are watching it, all 80, it was 88, so it's probably about 84 now. Go for it. I'm glad people are enjoying it, if they are.